Yeah, so I mean, it's a constant reassessment. It's a constant reassessment and going back in memory of things that I thought were innocuous, or things that I even thought were good that weren't all that good. I blocked out a lot of things when I was a young man. I blocked out a lot of stuff, and I knew before I was having my nervous breakdown, I was starting to realize that things can unconsciously manifest themselves in your personality for reasons that you don't understand. You have to confront, you have to deal with. So that's why I was befuddled at first with this mind control. Was this some sort of aggressive psychotherapy, or was this really the end of it? That I was beyond hope, beyond saving. And to this day, sitting here talking, I still don't know that answer. I have more answers, and I'm more mindful of my personality. But to this day, I don't know whether it was some sort of regressive hypnotherapy experiment to sort of jar me, put the fear of God in me somehow, or it really was something to kill me or to get me. And I'll get on to that later, to get me some sort of mind control assassin. That's what really scared me, and that's what really kept me running. That's what really kept me hiding from the triggers. That's what kept me running all over the country. When I felt like somebody was fucking with my head, I got out. I ditched that place in Spokane. I ditched it. I left thousands of dollars worth of shit in there. I just left. I took all my most expensive stuff, packed it as much as I could into my car, and fucking bolted out of there. Because they were fucking with me in that place. They saw fucking big fish, and they attacked. And I had to run back to my brother's area of the country, because it was, at that point, I had to develop a strategy about how I was going to move about the country to avoid whatever was pursuing me. I just made another move. Sex cults, witchcraft. There are parts of the country I've been to, they say they're Christians. There isn't a Christian soul there. Not a Christian soul there. It's all a lie. It's all fake. It's all an illusion. It's witchcraft and black magic. One day you're thinking you're okay, and the next day you're like, oh my fucking God, another epiphany about something. One day you think, yeah, maybe today I could put this behind me. Next day, you're sitting in your own trash, begging, crying, begging God for mercy. Sitting in your own trash. Because that's how you feel about yourself, that you're trash. Sitting in your own trash, begging God for mercy. Unconscious is a funny thing. The subconscious is a funny thing. And you realize that that's how people really communicate. And now you're scared all over again. I had another mini nervous breakdown. I ran like the Dickens out of Spokane, Washington. People were in my apartment. One night my stereo turned off. So that means somebody was in my apartment, got the brand of my stereo, and somebody used their fucking remote control to turn it off. My remote control was sitting right on the counter. I was watching it. I tried to commit suicide again in Spokane, Washington. Tried to commit suicide again with a knife. I passed out because I tried to overdose on Xanax. I woke up 20 hours later, my own piss, and the knife was gone. Somebody keyed in and took that knife. Or what's worse is I unconsciously did something with it. And I said, you know what? My apartment's been compromised. And I gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't care what it is, because that means if they can come in and fuck around with shit in my apartment when I'm not there, that means they could set me up with anything. I better get the fuck out of that fucking place. And maybe that was the idea. Maybe they did want me out of there. And if that was the case, that's fine by me. Fuck. I'll run. I'll leave. I got no problem with that. Just don't fucking set me up for something stupid. Another mini nervous breakdown. People get in your apartment, they fuck around. And I moved back to my brother's part of town. Again, moved all the way back across the country. Wasted a lot of money doing it. To ditch that place, I wasted a lot of money doing it. Never ends. It doesn't end. The nightmare doesn't end. Wait till you hear this one. I get into this apartment, the old apartments that I stayed when I first got off the street of this town that I was in. I'm into the first few months of a new lease. I'd already been there a year. But now I'm a little happier because Donald Trump came down that escalator. And the political science major was starting to awaken. The sleeper must awaken. Donald Trump came down that elevator. And all of these bloody, buggery Democrats, and that's where I came from. You have to remember what Camden is. Camden is nothing but corruption. And my grandfather worked at that Fortune 500 company in Camden. Ab scam hit Camden. I don't know if anybody remembers it. The ab scam controversy in the 70s. It was a big deal all over the news all the time. I remember when I was a boy hearing about ab scam this and ab scam that. It hit Camden. They used to build naval ships in Camden. I have first-hand knowledge of some of the things they build and still build in Camden. I'm not going to talk about them. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in that city. A lot of corruption. Democrats all over the place. Democrats this, Democrats that. Not a Republican in sight. My friend that my father knew, the guy that my father knew, Democrats ousted him. They got into sort of a Democrat civil war. I don't want to get into the details. It's probably another reason why they set me up. Because I used to brag, as I was a political science major, that I was going to write papers about this stuff. I used to think it was funny. Stupid. Just stupid things to say. Stupid things to say, really. You know, and I was hoping that if I got a doctorate in political science, I would write it on the politics of Camden County. Who the hell could be threatened by that? I was only in my 20s. Oh, baby. That might be another reason why they got me. I was only kidding, really. But you don't know how somebody else might take it seriously. That dumbass might actually write a paper on Camden County as a doctorate. Gotta nip that in the bud. Tammany Hall, Machine Politics, Camden, New Jersey. That's what it is. Rotten business, rotten stuff. And I was the chosen one for some of that rotten business. Chosen one. I don't know. It starts to make sense to me, though. It does make a little sense to me. Now that I see what they're doing to Donald Trump. It makes a whole lot of sense, because I was going to be a Republican. I wasn't going to be a Democrat. I hated Democrats. I've always hated Democrats. I've always said it too. And people probably looked at me like, what the fuck do you care? You know? But I saw it. I saw it as a young man. There's something wrong with this Democrat Party. Something's wrong with these people. Reagan comes in, takes over for Jimmy Carter, and does all these amazing things for America. And then it all goes to shit again? How the fuck does that happen? You gotta remember, I'm a young guy, but I'm obsessed with this stuff. I watch this stuff religiously. News all over the place. Study, read books. IQ is pattern recognition. It's not details so much as it is pattern recognition. I mean, when you make the connection that Democrats are completely fucking useless as politicians and all they do is line their own fucking pockets. And you're deep into this stuff. You're fucking deeply concentrated into this stuff, and you're obsessed with it. You're passionate about politics. You want to learn about politics, law, and government. And you don't hide those feelings. You might be tipping off the wrong person about something about yourself. Even as a fucking high school student. I said I was a good football player. I didn't get any big Division I offers, even though I could knock around the Division I guys, but I was too slow and too short. Them's the breaks. You know, I didn't worry all that much about it. Well, maybe I did. Yeah, I did. I tried to walk on at Rutgers. My neck was broken. And then I tried to play football at Montclair State like a fucking dumbass. And my neck was still broken. Even though I lost a bunch of weight and got myself in better shape, my neck was still broken. I had neck burners, spinal stenosis. It was done. I couldn't play football anymore. My left arm was burning. It burns to this day. Neurological problems with my left arm. Got this, sort of a, see that weird anomaly there? It's neurological from football. Neck burners, real bad neck burners. I couldn't play anymore. I guess that was another one of my problems as a young man. I was always very melodramatic about things. I was a stunad. I'm not going to say I wasn't. I was a stunad. A lot of times I was. Every once in a while I showed flashes of brilliance, but a lot of times I was just a stunad. And in a way, I was almost glad I was a stunad. Stunad's Italian for dummy. Right? It's not that hard to figure out. Sounds exactly like what it is. Stunad's a fucking dummy. But when I was a stunad, I watched football with my hand down my pants, like Al Bundy. Had unbelievable sex with a high school sweetheart. We used to fucking rock it, man. We rocked all kinds of good stuff. Kind of fucked me up for future girls because I wasn't getting the same kind of reaction. And I didn't understand why. I just thought, oh, I'm a natural at this, I must be a fucking natural at this, right? And I wasn't getting the same reaction with some other girls I was dating. I mean, we used to shag it rotten, baby. Me and my girlfriend from high school, we were fucking rocking that fucking shit. I'm surprised her parents let me get away with that shit the way I used to rock her all the time. Fucking 4 or 5 times a day. Fucking knocking the shit out of that broad, man. She used to beat me when she couldn't get it, too. She'd smack me, punch me. That's the way I thought, that's what messed me up with the girl I dated later, who I talked about. Right? That's what messed me up with it. It messed me up with the whole deal. Because I was a bum, but I was an honor student bum. I went to work. I worked at a pizza joint, But I fucked and ate and, beef and beers. I didn't need anybody anymore. My high school sweetheart, dad was going to get me a job. No questions asked. He was going to get me right into, if I'd have married that girl and gotten that job, I'd be making 6 figures easy for doing nothing. I mean, these guys don't do much of anything. This is a union job. I'm not going to give it what the job was, but These guys don't do shit. They making six figures. They go parts of town to go sleep somewhere. I had a good friend who did that. Got in on that job offer because he and I were good friends. We were best friends. Well, at least I thought we were. Another guy, another friend I thought I had that I didn't anymore. People come, people go. It's terrible. I had a big falling out over a woman. I was a stewing out about that too. It wasn't that I didn't think I had it coming, because I think I did. It was just the crushing effect of it that really got to me. I didn't judge it. I thought that I had done enough in my life that for not to be this brutal, not to be this crushing. And if you made these demands, I mean, if you were just going to destroy me anyway, you know, why didn't you just leave me alone? Right? I didn't really need my grandfather. I didn't need him. I completely, matter of fact, I ignored the guy. I mean, he was always an asshole to me. You have to understand this. All right? I mean, I did on some level understand this guy was a brutal fucking guy and did not give a fuck about me. I never really bothered him all that much. I might have bothered him because maybe he wanted me to do something. I don't know. I don't know how I bothered this guy. Maybe he just didn't want to see me be a fucking schmuck, walking around like a schmuck. I was happy being a schmuck. Like I said, man, I was set. I didn't need that fucking guy for nothing. I didn't need him for shit. I didn't need to work at that jail. I never needed to work at that jail. I had a high school sweetheart. Her old man was gonna set me up good, man. I would have had a nice house. I'd had a maid in the shade if I'd have stayed with that girl. Maid in the shade. I wouldn't have done shit except fuck the shit out of her all the time. She loved it. You know, throughout all the betrayal, the girls still loved me. They still want to hop up and down and jive, but now I realize what a fucking danger it is. I have no problem servicing a woman, but when it comes to these fucking sex cults, this fucking blackmail and shit, you know, if you can't afford to play a game, you don't play it. You know? I guess I'm just not an orgy person. Like, I've dabbled. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I've dabbled with some wild sex. Probably had more than my fair share of sex. Some of it was bad. Some of it was actually pretty good. So when this girl that I dated, the one that really screwed my head up, did it to me, that's why I couldn't do anything back to her. I couldn't think of any revenge. Because I'm not a hypocrite. That's why I kept saying to her, look, man, if it's your deal, if this is who you are, fucking roll, you know? But I can't stay with you. I'm in love with you. I can't stay with you. We can't play this game. You know, if this is who you are, this is how you are, you gotta roll. But, you know, I guess I already told that story. But yeah, I've had my fair share of ladies. You know, I don't have sex all that much anymore. Some things about it scare me now. The games, you know, women play, people play. You know, like I said, I still have the mind of a 25-year-old sometimes, sometimes even younger, because I really haven't age progressed. I might have aged the flesh, and I'll have to admit, I still look pretty good for fucking 48 years old. I mean, you gotta admit, I'm still a handsome bastard, right? Lose a few more pounds and I'm right back in the game, ain't I? I mean, for everything I've been through, still looking handsome. Yeah, 48 years old and I'm still getting wet. There are consequences with that. So you can't be doing that stuff. At least I can't afford to do it. Maybe a rich guy can afford to do it. I can't do it. You never know who's going to go psycho on you. You never know what the setup is. They're using you to plant a seed. Love you, leave you type of thing. My brother told me that one time. Some girl just slept with him once and just wanted his baby better. I can't live like that. I can't have someone anonymous. I actually think somebody in my life had an abortion that I didn't know about. I don't know. If that did, that would really crush me. Maybe it's best that I don't know that. I hope not. I almost thought for a while that this girl I was talking about, the one I fell for, had an abortion. I don't know what happened to her. I think she got married. I don't know if she has any kids. I don't think she has any kids. I think the last time I spoke to her, she said she had problems getting pregnant. Which was weird because when she was dating me, she would always try to say, I want that batter from the bottom of your balls. Like, I'm naive to a lot of this stuff. I really was. There are people out there breed other people out for fucking sex games. Breed people for disgusting reasons. Sleazy reasons. For all the pain and suffering, I've learned a lot about people. There was a time in my life where I just wanted to know the truth. I was just begging. I was on my knees just begging. Just tell me the fucking truth. Just tell me the truth. And boy, did I get it. I got it hard. Right up the wazoo. I got the truth right up the fucking wazoo. So hard to swallow. So hard to... Your mouth is agape with incredulity at some of the things you start to realize about people. Your mouth is agape with incredulity. Makes you even more reclusive. I mean, once your family does you rotten, and I mean rotten, it's not that hard to make the stretch and to start thinking rotten things about other people. It's enough to drive you out of your mind again. Take an early smoke break and regroup my thinking.